Okay, so just a few closing words, if I may. I was feeling very sorry for Yvonne because it's a hell of a lot to write down, isn't it? She looked at me a bit before the late afternoon session and like, I've still got to write some more. But anyway, the END, at the end of this user group meeting. But if you know your black eyed peas, the END also means the energy never dies. And when I kind of see this user meeting, we had the same one in Europe a few months ago, I just thought, crikey, there's a lot going on, isn't there? I'm surprised, it's possible to absorb all of it, and I'm just, in awe of all of you, the guests, who sit through all this, and some of you have sat through every single session and just taking it all in. So a bit of a sort of summary on that. So one thing that we haven't talked about yet is a little bit of news. This is this morning's Mass High-Tech news article. So basically, the point here is that we just opened actually a physical office. As most of you probably know, we've had people in the States for many, many years, and we've been doing business here since 2001. And the United States is about 40% of our business, so it's always been a large part of our business, but we've actually now decided to collect some of those people that have been working out of their houses and force them to go into an office. So we have an actual physical presence, and of course one of the reasons why we're doing that is that we're increasing the number of people in the US with more local support, more application scientists, and more sales. So we are actually creating our sort of hub here in Cambridge, in point of fact. So that was just, and that's just sort of hot off the press. So what is ChemAxon doing? So one of the things is that we're absolutely progressing, and you've seen a lot of this today, but the first thing that I wanted to mention is that we did actually, for the first time in our history, win a prize, one that we ourselves didn't actually apply for. We had a joint project with GSK. They've got the so-called Diseases of the Developing World, which is a project for fighting malaria. And they needed a very lightweight IT infrastructure for that, because it's a charitable work, and scientists come into the facility in Spain to work on the project, and then they go home, and then they need to be able to continue to access the data and to access the projects. So GSK wanted to create a very cheap, lightweight, easy access system for that, and they used USUGM. And it's hosted up in the cloud together with the data, and it's now called IT Lite, and that's going to be rolled out pretty soon. But they actually put that in as they went in for the Real IT Award for that, not because it's technologically brilliant, but we actually won the partnering prize for actually partnering together on the project. So I think the important part of that is, firstly, yes, we are also putting stuff on the cloud to make things more accessible, but we are a very strong partnering culture, and that's what we got the prize for. We've had global rollouts this year of the end user tools, and you've seen the presentations about USUGM. You haven't seen a presentation about JChem for Excel, but that's also being rolled out in a number of places globally. So that's a milestone for us. These are all things that have happened in the last 12 months since we were last here. We've had our registration service go live, and you've seen a great presentation from Rama on that yesterday, so we're very proud of that. That's all of entire GSK registration going through ChemAxon, and so we're really quite proud of that achievement. Today we've seen the document structure and now the document to database. We've heard about our consultancy business going live and really helping. Consultancy services is really about helping our customers to get value out of the investment in the tools by making sure it actually does get implemented and it does go live and it does work properly. That's what they're doing. I call this the stealth product because I don't even think we presented it in the last 2 days, but screen 3D, so we'll probably have to do that one next time, guys. We've had a little bit about NMR prediction and the movement forward on the property predictor side. I think we're the only company who's actually got real implementations of chemistry in SharePoint technologies. Other people have some technologies, but I think we're the only ones who can claim that we've got live implementations at customer sites. We've seen the presentation about Marvin.js, and that's now off the starting blocks, and that's going to be a fundamental change forward in the way we're presenting Marvin and the way we're going to deliver products in the future. And I think we'll see a lot more in terms of the delivery, web services and GUI going in that direction as well. So there's an awful lot going on here at ChemAxon, and the great thing about these 2 days is that we can talk a bit about that. Not surprisingly, we talked here about the Cambridge office, but even in Hungary, we're expanding so fast in terms of number of people that we had to move into new offices there as well. I think we're now at about 120 or 125, and I lose count how many people we are, but the company is going very nicely. Happy to tell you, just in case you are worried, financially also we don't have any particular problems that we're worrying about, so we can fund this growth quite nicely. We're also very consistent as an organization, we like to think. You know, have you actually noticed any change in the names of our products or of our platform? Because I know some other companies do actually keep changing that. You know, had a discussion today with someone who said that actually Accelerus had told them that it was a good thing they hadn't upgraded to the latest version of Icentris, because it'll make the migration to the new platform easier in a couple of years' time. It's like, what strategy is that, guys? We don't force our customers to migrate into our own new platforms. We've got a very nice thing. It's called JChem-based cartridge, Marvin. They're all developing very nicely. They've all been improved, and that's where we're staying. So again, you know, have you noticed anything about the underlying core? We're still building off the same core that we started with. It's continually improved. Have you noticed any key products suddenly disappearing or being told they're going to be discontinued? That's not what we're doing. We're building forwards, and I think that's really important when you're you know, we've had a couple of examples in the presentations about migrating the platforms. Particularly, we've seen some stuff from BI and from Novartis in particular. You know, that's the reason why people like our sort of platform, because it's going to stay that way and it's going to move forward and it's going to progress. We're not going to turn around in about 2 years' time and say, well, not only going to change the name, but we're going to change everything. Fulfillment and delivery. I wanted to share this. I received this email this morning, actually from Novartis. We've been doing some work with them on Instant JChem. I'm just going to read it out because I just thought this is so relevant, isn't it? I just wanted to share with you how psyched up I am that the Instant JChem team has made so much progress on the items that we had on our must-have list at the end of last year. Once these last two are completed, hopefully this year as agreed, Anna will be able to go back to our acceptance team and deliver the very happy IJC now does everything you said you needed to the chemists. Message and start the discussions about the next round of nice-to-have features. We actually go into projects, we start them, we agree what we're going to do, and we deliver it. That's what we do. It's not that complicated, but you know, some people find it hard. But we actually try to work in realistic timelines. We did a very huge wash list of things that they wanted. Talked through it with them, prioritized it, got the need to have, and then the nice to have, worked through it. And that's just, you know, collaborative partnership approach to development, and it works very, very well. I was just really pleased to get that. I pushed that out to the IJC team today, Tim Pedder, just so you know that. But I think that was really nice. But it just speaks for what I think we're about as an organization. We are a community. We feel that you're part of the community. That's why we like to take you out bowling and other stuff. You can also follow the community on Facebook and LinkedIn. And there's a ChemAxon user page on LinkedIn as well. So Janos, as you can see, is frequently posting things there. And our news goes into newsletters as well, but we regularly update those pages too. You can also, of course, always catch us on the website. So if you can't remember how to find the website, then just quickly photograph that and you'll have it forever. Which really just remains me to say thank you very much to everybody. I particularly want to thank all our guest speakers. We know that you put a lot of time into preparing for those talks, and we know that your time is precious, so we really absolutely appreciate that you present and that you come here at all. I absolutely want to thank everybody for attending, because we do get the message back continuously how tight budgets and time are for conferences and other things, and so we absolutely value the fact that you spent some of you 4 days even, if you take in day before yesterday and then tomorrow's training. So you know, we hope that you get value out of it. There are going to be, or there are already, feedback forms. I don't know, Janos, where they are, or outside. You know, please fill the feedback forms out. You've spent time to come here. Please tell us, you know, how you felt about it and what went right and what went wrong, because that's how we improve it for next time. It's your show at the end of the day. You're the guys who come to learn, so we need to know that we're putting the right stuff into it. I naturally want to thank the ChemAxon team, and a lot of work goes into their presentations too. The people who present here are actually also the people who do the development work, so they have to take time out of their coding and their geeky work to make these presentations. So I just personally appreciate that. I'd like to say thanks to the team. Also the backup team and the marketing who put all this together for us. Thanks, Janos, Alex, and the others. And there's a whole team back in Budapest who also work on this. It takes a lot of effort. So thanks all very much. We're still here for some drinks and some bites, so continue with us. And those of you who have the training tomorrow, do hope you get a lot of value out of that as well. So thank you very much.